so yun nga no, at tulad nga na nabanggit ko sa inyo, matagal, masyadong marami yung nakiklaim. Alright, so di ko naman alam na ganun pala yung ano, di ko naman alam na ganun pala yung style ng pagkiklaim ng mga package dito sa Victory Terminal. So mga kapatid, welcome again sa aking vlog. Alright, at of course, kukontinue natin yung ating topic about better than normal. Yan yung topic natin last vlog ko. Alright, ay what is normal. Okay, itong pangalawang points natin mga kapatid ay it's all about money, di ba? So, lahat naman tayo mga kapatid kailangan ng pera, diba? Pero mga kapatid, please, itong itong topic natin ngayon, sana maintindihan yung mabuti yung aking sasabihin about money. Okay? Of course, galing din to sa Panginoon, sa Bible. Alright. So mga kapatid, start na natin. Money, di ba? Lahat tayo kailangan natin ng pera, di ba? Pero depende na yan kung paano nyo gagamitin yung pera nyo. Depende kung paano nyo gagamitin yung kayamanan nyo, kung gaano kayo kayaman, di ba? So money, the world is full of things competing for our attention. Okay, everywhere we look, we see things that seems to call out to us saying, buy me, or you need me. Okay, material possessions can lure us and so strongly that we start purchasing things that may not have been on our financial radar, right? And before we know it, we're in toxic relationship with money and possessions, and we don't know how to get out of it. Okay, this is normal living for many people. Alright, normal naman yan mga kapatid na meron tayong gustong bilhin, 'di ba? Pero sometimes yung ating budget, 'di ba, hindi siya nakalaan doon sa material na bagay na ating gustong bilhin, 'di ba? Pero gusto na nating bilhin 'yon, 'di ba? So this is normal way of spending and managing our money. Doesn't leave us in a good place. For example mga kapatid, it's normal to spend every bit of our income and not save any money for emergencies. Okay? So mga kapatid, sana lagi tayong may nakalaan na pera just in case of emergency. Okay, hindi natin control yan mga kapatid. So, kunwari, hindi naman sa diba, yung gusto natin mangyari is magkaroon ng sakit yung ating isang family member, diba? At least meron tayong mahuhugot na pera sa ating bangko o sa ating bulsa kung meron man tayong naitabi, diba? So it's also common to go into debt and never pay things off, right? It's normal to think that as long as we can afford the payment, we're good. Okay? The Bible actually has a lot to say on the topic of money. In fact, it's one of the most talked about subjects in the entire book. Right? A couple of things the Bible tells us about money is that it won't satisfy us. Okay? In Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 10, and that when wealth is gained quickly, it'll dwindle quickly. Sabi niya sa Proverbs chapter 3 verse 11 mga kapatid, my child, when the Lord speaks to you, never take His words lightly and never be upset when He corrects you. Okay? In Matthew chapter 6 verse 19 to 24 mga kapatid, Jesus teaches us about money and warns us against accumulating worldly treasures. Instead, He challenges us to acquire heavenly treasures because they never end and can never be destroyed. Jesus tells us that our hearts will follow where would place our treasure. His final and most powerful exhortation to us is that we can serve both God and money. Alright? So, malinaw na malinaw yan mga kapatid. Yan ang sinasabi sa Bible, okay? We can keep doing what we see display in most of the world, or we can make changes better than normal, okay? Normal focuses on accumulating, while better than normal gives you others. Alright? Normal allows money to lead, while better than normal seeks to be led by God. Okay? Normal keeps 100% of our income, while better than normal trusts God with 90%. Normal doesn't think ahead, while better than normal lives by a plan. Okay? Normal is a slave to death, while better normal saves to pay in full. Alright? Normal thinks of today, while better normal invests for the future. Okay? So sana mga kapatid maintindihan natin tong topic natin ngayon, okay? Kasi napakaganda. Marami tayong matututunan dito, di ba? So money isn't a bad thing by itself, but when we allow it to be our God, it can wreak havoc in our lives. Okay? The money we earn should be something we use and not something that uses or controls us. Okay? What if we adjusted our normal mindset to have a better than normal one? Spend some time thinking through your relationship with money and see what needs to be changed. Mga kapatid, if you borrow money with interest, you'll end up serving interest of your creditors, for the rich rule over the poor. Okay? Meron tayong tatlong verses mga kapatid. Okay mga kapatid, in Matthew chapter 6 verse 19 to 24 in TPT translation, don't keep hoarding yourself earthly treasure that can be stolen by thieves. Material wealth eventually rusts, decays, and loses its value. Instead, stockpile heavenly treasures for yourselves that cannot be stolen and will never rust, decay, or lose their value. For your heart will always pursue what you value as you treasure. The eyes of your spirit always pursue what you value as your treasure. The eyes of the spirit allow revelation light to enter into your being. If your heart is unclouded, the light floods in. But if your eyes are focused on money, the light cannot penetrate and darkness takes its place. How profound will be the darkness within you if the light of truth cannot enter? How could you worship two gods and at the same time? You will have to hate one and love the other, or be devoted to one and despise the others. You can't worship true God while slave to the glory of money. Okay? 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. Loving money is the first step toward all kinds of trouble. Some people run after it so much that they have given up their faith. Craving more money pushes them away the faith into error, compounding misery in their lives. Okay? In Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5, don't be obsessed with money, but live content with what you have, for you always have God's presence. For hasn't He promised you, I will never leave you alone, never, and I will not loosen my grip on your life. Okay? So mga kapatid, itong lahat na sinabi ko ay ilalagay ko sa description ng aking vlog para at least mabasa nyo. Okay? Click nyo lang yung description para mabasa nyo lahat yung mga sinabi ko. Alright? So mga kapatid, magandang may pera, magandang mayaman, magandang may kaya ka, magandang mayaman ka. Mas maganda pag marami kang pera, marami kang matutulungang tao, 'di ba? So, yun lang mga kapatid, no. Nandito na lang ulit at syempre enjoyin niyo yung rides mga kapatid. Okay? So, tara. Alright, so yun, mga kapatid, narinig nyo ulit yung aking share ng Word of God. Okay, so ngayon pupunta tayo sa victory liner para pick upin natin yung pinagawa nating sticker. Okay? At doon pinadala nung pinagpagawan ko. Alright, so ngayon lang ako pipick up ng package. Alright, sa Victory. Tignan natin kung paano yung yung pag-pick up ng package sa Victory liner. Okay? So yun nga pala yung name ng shop na pinapagawan ko ay Royalties. Kay Royalties yung yung pangalan niya. At ang nag-recommend sa akin ay si Papang Motovlog. Kay shoutout kay Papang Motovlog. At siya yung nag-recommend at yun nga sabi niya mura na tapos quality pa. So yun, makikita natin mamaya mga kapatid kung gaano siya kaganda. Okay, pero alam ko maganda yun eh. In-expect ko na maganda siya. Kasi nakita ko na yung sticker ni Papang Motovlog. Alright, so yun, balikan ko kayo mga kapatid. At papakita ko sa inyo pag na-receive ko na yung sticker natin. Okay? So, see you later mga kabisat. Alright, so pauwi na tayo. Alright, at mamalengke pa pala tayo ulit. Okay, so yun nga at tulad nga na nabanggit ko sa inyo, matagal, masyadong marami yung nakiklaim. Alright, so hindi ko naman alam na ganun pala yung hindi ko naman alam na ganun pala yung style ng pagkiklaim ng mga package dito sa Victory Terminal. Okay, so next time hindi na ako magpipick up dyan. Napaka-hassle mga karamabsat. At siguro nga na-timingan ko lang yung marami yung nakiklaim. So hindi lang natin alam kung araw-araw ganun. Okay, pero matagal siya, maraming tao. Okay, umabot din ako ng 1 oras mahigit pag-claim ng package natin. Okay, so yun lang yung may share ko sa inyo. At least na-experience natin yung pag-claim ng package sa Victory Liner Terminal. Okay, so kung tatanungin nyo ako kung uulitin ko pa ulit na mag-pick up ng package, sa akin hindi na. Mas prepared pa rin yung hintayin mo na lang yung yung package mo, kasi kahapon lang pinadala. Ang maganda lang mga karumakabsat, no, pag sa terminal mo pipick upin kay sa Victory, kinabukasan makukuha mo na, kasi pinadala ng royalties kahapon. Okay, at yun nga, dumating ngayon. So yun lang yung pinaka-advantage niya. Kung gusto nyo makuha yung package nyo agad, okay, yun, sa Victory Liner na lang. Okay, pick upin nyo na lang sa terminal. Pero kung gusto nyo maghintay ng 2 to 3 days bago nyo makuha yung package nyo, pwede naman. Ang advantage at disadvantage ng pag-claim ng package, pag dito nga sa terminal Victory, tulad nga ng sabi ko, kinabukasan makukuha mo na, pero yung pila naman mahaba. Kaya aabot kayo ng mga isang oras mahigit. Pag ganun karami yung tao pag nag-claim kayo. Tulad nga sabi ko, hindi natin sure kung ganun lagi yung volume nung nagki-claim ng package, pero yun nga, siguro na-timingan ko lang yung marami yung tao. Pero syempre kung yung prepared nyo yung sa LBC, GRS, i-claim nyo yung, kung gusto nyo i-claim yung package nyo, pwede naman. Syempre yun nga lang, ang disadvantage nun, makukuha nyo after 2 to 3 days. Yun yung disadvantage ng paghihintayin nyo yung package nyo for delivery ng GRS at LBC. Pero kung gusto nyo pick upin sa Victory Liner Terminal, kinabukasan na kukuha nyo na. Okay, so yun, worth it naman yung pagpipila natin, kahit maraming tao, kahit natagalan tayo ng halos isang oras mahigit. Pero yun nga, worth it naman kasi yun, kuha natin. Okay, so ito 500 pieces na sticker. So yun yung may share ko ngayon. Again, maraming salamat sa royalties sa paggawa ng sticker. Okay, so hindi pa natin alam kung gaano siya ganda. So hindi pa natin alam kung maganda yung pagkaka-print. Okay, so yun, bubuksan natin mamaya sa bahay. Okay, balikan ko kayo ulit.
You unruly me with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, and all my fears are gone. I no longer slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer slave to fear. I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you have chosen me.